There goes the channel. ITT Tom just raided with 25 pairs of eyes. Welcome in, raiders.
I have to make sure I've got a microphone before I say anything. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Looks like we have ourselves a rather interesting day. We're going to, well, interesting to me at least. We are going to do some flattening and some filling in and that sort of jazz. Preparing for the next project. Let's see what the next... Oh, sorry. Let's say hello to all the people, all the fine folks. Thank you very much, Tom, for the raid. Thank you very much for your patience. There's never any requirement. Okay, who do we have this morning? So good morning, Tom and crew. Please do tell me what Tom was up to. And, let's see. Good morning, Distortmania. Good to see you. Thank you very much for dropping in today.
Oh, hello there!
And hello, Mix. Always good to see you. I'm curious to know what you've been working on lately. Because there's been time between when I last saw you and, today that you have had opportunities to work on stuff. So, please do tell me what you've been up to as well. Okay, let's make sure we can get, no, not that, this one. Okay, and I can spell, that might help.
Welcome.
Hope that works. There we go. So if you have not booped that button already and made it turn whatever color it's supposed to be, green, I believe it is, then please do so. And give Tom a follow. He is an amazing streamer, definitely worth watching. Epic Minecraft Adventures, yes, that is Tom. Good morning, Bob. Good to see you as well. Hopefully you had a decent day. All things said and done, Mr. Across the Pond. And I need a drop just for my sanity. So I'm gonna late join that party, maybe. Maybe. Bot wants to cooperate. You're not actually seeing issues, it's just that my Minecraft was not the live app on the screen, so the frames per second are reduced. And apparently I'm very, very sneaky today. I thought it was our job to watch Tom, otherwise he ends up in trouble. Well, yeah, I guess. Sometimes trouble is half the fun. Apologies for the ad break, I am sorry for that. We have had a bunch this morning just because I've had some tech issues, so we'll just see where things go. First things first. Options. Oh, I want this one. I'm going to take the FPS reducer and turn it off during stream. I kind of wish it was aware of stream, but you know, things happen. Let's leave this on. Let's take that. There we go. Done. That should do the trick, I think. Let's find out. Do that. Click over here. Yeah, we're better. Okay, great. Oops. Let's just get to it and see where we are today. My OBS is being a right royal pain in the backside, so if you guys get a whole lot of weird behavior, please do let me know. Most of it is my fault, but some of it is weirdly OBS's fault, so I'm not entirely sure what's what. And, oh, we have lots of sound. Probably some duplication. What we're doing today is we're flattening out this zone down here, with the intent of going to be putting in a record, so that we can start building a statue on top of that. Yes, I have not figured out yet what I want the record material to be. Oh, you can see the dogs. Interesting. They're leaking, I think, out? No, it's not. I couldn't resist, so I did a little bit of a shuffle. So the carrot farm is gone. It's been forced upstairs, and yeah, a couple of minor changes, but nothing super notable. You can tell I think I'm going to cut that part down. Okay, where are we here? I want to go to...
Hello there.
64. Hey Tom, you were attempting to fix your oversized iron farm, replacing villagers that apparently walked off the job with no warning. Ooh, no notice on strike is not much fun. Where are we here? This is 64. Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna see, where are we on the map? Okay, this side's fine.
Hello there.
So really it's mostly a matter of cutting things down and leveling out. We can widen out this tree section on this side, on the far side. Hello. 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 Very much hello. Hey, Tavers. Hello to you as well. Welcome on in. I see a first-time chat label on here, and I want to say welcome on in, and I'm always curious to know what caught your attention and made you come by. I ask that question a lot, so it's nothing super... Oh, right. Right. I remember this. That's why I avoided that spot. Okay. We'll be filling in as well. Ooh. Lots of noise and lots of duplication. Let me see if I can figure out which one is actually giving me the sound. Game? Okay. Let's turn that down just a touch. It's starting to peak. There. You're going to see your volume levels bounce on that one. Just because, for some reason I get delay. I don't know what's going on today. So, that's okay. That's life. And we're going to go down and fill in that hole because it's probably a creeper magnet. And I do not like creepers, as you know. Who does? Well, in a farm, sure, because they're safe. They're away from me. Pretty neat. But yeah. So the plan for what this space is going to be, as I said, I'm going to be doing a big black record because we're going to be putting in Jeremy Hillary. Jeremy Hillary Boob, PhD, also known as the Nowhere Man. And I'm deciding that I'm going to try and organically do that one. Or, well, not organically do it. Fake it till you make it, I guess. And that means that I need to build a base, you know? And I'm just using up some old foodstuffs that I have right now just because it clears up some minor inventory. So we will, at some point, be getting ourselves different foods. Oh, well that's pleasant and a half. Let's go see. 5. I do not know how long I was here without sleeping, so I better take the first round and then we'll see where it goes from there. No call, no shows. Ooh. I've never been that person who did the no call, no shows. But I can see how that would be very, very annoying. Let's leave that bed there, because you never know when you're going to need it. The game just generally feels loud to me today, so I think it could be me. That's why I'm not being too fussy about it. 1, 2, here. Do a little bit of back and forth. This one needs to move. Come on, Torch. One, 2, this one. Oh yeah, we have the cat room on the other side of this wall. So this is going to be a noisy corner. Oh, hello, pig. No. It reminds me at some point, Bob and Tom, I need to message one or both of you to ask you guys how you're doing the text-to-speech elements about ads warnings, because apparently, according to Fantastic Sherlock Fox, that he feels it would be useful for me to be verbally aware of when the ads come in. I don't know if that would be or not, but I'm willing to give it a shot. And so I need to ask you guys how you're managing to pull that off, because your ad warnings seem to be fairly accurate. I'm a little annoyed with Twitch of late just because it's one thing to be saying, hey, you've got ads, you know, go and have a commercial, a stretch, fill your drink, whatever. But it's a whole nother thing when they say ads incoming, and then you never know how long it's going to be until it actually plays the ad. I don't want to forcefully press buttons and make ads happen, because I find that's insulting to the viewership. You know, you guys, it's just, I don't want to do that to you. We're going down to 64. Not for the Beatles reference, it just happens to be a nice flat number that gives me a big section to work with. And it seems like I use 64 a lot on the other side, so yeah. Guess that's where we're going on this side. Eventually it'll be 64 all around the mansion, just so that we have max flex. Unfortunately, I will not be taking part in this weekend's stream weekend for a couple of reasons, but hello, sheep. Sorry you're stuck down there. I'll do my best to get you out later. But one is that I'm driving back from a dance workshop, and the second reason is that so because of the whole dance workshop thing, it changed up my normal day of when I would usually go on the stream weekend. So the slots were taken by members who I think deserve them. It's appropriate. It works well. So let's just leave it. And besides, there's enough going on that I don't need to be doing stuff every weekend. I stream enough during the week. There's also a vibe, a good thing, but a vibe difference between that's not good. Between weekend streaming and weekday streaming. And sometimes I'm just not the right person for that. And I'm okay with that. It's not like I switch up the content or anything. That would be a thing. But what I might do on Monday, because it's going to be Lazy Lego Monday on the following Monday. Lazy Lego Monday on the following Monday. And I've got a project in the works. We're working on building a Buckbeak statue from Harry Potter. And if we finish that before the end of stream, then I actually may just briefly play a cozy game. We'll see. Either a cozy game or something else unusual rather than starting another Lego, just for change. Not that we can't, do the same old thing, because the same thing works, but I just don't have another Lego in the wings. So yeah, my game is being told to drop below my voice. That's why you're getting volume changes in Minecraft. You're not nuts, just so you know. Also, no, I'm not, so why should you be? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do have, what's the word? I can't think today. That's okay. If we ever figure it out, I'll let you know. How's that? Yeah. I do have my birthday coming up next month, so hopefully there'll be something interesting coming out of that. It's always a busy, it's always a busy time, just because we've got Armistice Day and or Remembrance Day coming in there, which is busy for me with scouting, just because we tend to do, weirdly enough, we don't do camps on that weekend, but it always feels like, it always feels like there's a camp on that weekend. Yeah. And so that way, I want to make sure, ooh, good lord. Mama Bear had asked if I had a mine shaft below my base, and apparently I do. And I did not, well, not a mine shaft, sorry, a cave. And apparently I did, but not enough to worry about and need lighting for, especially if I fill it up. But I suspect this is where some of the creeper holes have been that were annoying me a little bit recently. So anyways, the birthday's coming up, so maybe there'll be something in the Closet of Fantastic Sherlock Fox holding. He's getting pretty darn good at buying things ahead when he sees things, or when he hears people say, hey, I'd be interested in X or Y thing. Then he buys ahead. And so far, as far as I know, it hasn't bit him yet, in terms of, he hasn't been wrong. But there's a serious chance that could happen at some point. How did you get back down here? You're such an idiot, stupid sheep. I like sheep most of the time. Generally, I like Sheep Queen's liking of sheep, Minecraft and otherwise. But sometimes they're so dumb. So, anyways, we'll see. There's got to be some point. The kids are at school, so I can say this. We, several years ago, had heard about a concept known as, or the Switch Witch. I don't know who I heard it from. probably a preschool or read about it or something. But anyways, the idea being for Halloween, because, you know, some people aren't happy with the sheer quantity of sweets and snacks that kids get from in North America from the door-to-door business, which I find kind of weird that my kids still want to do that. Not just because they're both over 10, but also that I find it weird that they want to do that because something belongs over here. Because they don't like door-to-door talking to people for the most part. Not just sales, they just do not like door-to-door stuff. And but anyway, where I'm going with this is, so we heard about this concept we called Switch Witch. So at Halloween, the Switch Witch is kind of like the Tooth Fairy. Oh, that's what belongs. Whoops. Just grab it. And so what happens is we supposedly make a contract with the Switch Witch. She's going to come and swap out some of the stuff that you get at Halloween, you know, all sweets and whatnot, in exchange for some sort of gift. So it's like in the past years, you know, we've done educational stuff like books, like a book, maybe some pajamas. They've had, you know, slippers, socks. I think we did one year. They had, you know, they've had games. I think. What else have we had? We've done Lego. Good morning, Fantastic Shock Fox. That's perfectly fine. When I came down, I heard that you were in a vocal call, so no big deal. Anyhow, so we it's always been a time limited thing, and we were wondered when the kids will get wise to it. You know, like, you really do wonder when the kids are going to get wise to, say, the Tooth Fairy, because that makes sense. But in any case, I don't know if they're just not wise to it, or if they are and choosing not to be. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yes, I know these. Anyways, so they actually still seem to think that's a thing. And probably because they don't care. They're not necessarily huge on sweets. Never really have been. And so we were just asking them what sort of stuff they would like the Switch Witch to bring this year, and should we renegotiate the contract, or are they done with it? And their response was, no, please do. Please go ahead and negotiate the contract for this season. And they didn't particularly know what they wanted. So that's good in the sense that it means that we... Oh, man. It means that we haven't messed up. You know? We haven't messed up in terms of getting it wrong. They're still happy with that. And as they get older, you know, we are allowing them to keep more and more of their candy products. But the thing is, they don't eat them. I kid you not. We have a Rubbermaid bin for each of them. Not sure how many liters or gallons it is, but it's good sized, I guess. And they just store things in there, and they eat them as they're interested in sweets. But for the most part, they don't. I mean, like, even lately, the kids have been far more interested in like potato chip. Oh, good lord.
Hello there.
I forgot that that's where this was. Okay. Hey, Mike. So, yeah, that's what the deal is, I guess. So they're still interested in us negotiating the Switch Witch. So they get to keep what they want. There's a minimum Switch Witch price. So anytime it gets too low, then we'll say, no, you know, she probably wouldn't be all that interested in getting something for that. Basically, it's two things. One, it gets lower amount of snacks in them, supposedly. I mean, that's not really true, but, you know, I can pretend. The other part of it is that it will... that doing this quote-unquote Switch Witch... somewhere I have put down... Okay. I have to jump inside. Somewhere I've put down my ender chest. I don't know where I put it. Alright, then that means I have to grab from in here. Yeah, I don't know where I put the ender chest. Okay, well, let me grab a shulker box. And then we'll figure out what we did with the ender chest. But, in any case, it gives us the opportunity to do that. There's also a dentist in town, which we've never actually taken advantage of their offer, but they actually used to offer to switch with kids their sweets and candies for other things, like I don't know, I guess it was dollars at one point, as in like they actually pay you for it, but it was sort of a by the pound, which was really kind of confusing to me. I guess that's what they're gonna do. I need more torches anyways, so I guess over here. Sticks. And this one and that one. I need torches, so do this. Grass blocks. That can stay for a moment. Fox, if you happen to be handy, or any of the moderation team actually, if you guys could please throw a prediction up for, I don't know, what do we got here? A few diamond ore, just I want to get those things broken up, and we've got almost 2 stacks, so we've got plenty of space. But I just would like to get that going so that we can see where we're at with various project materials. I need diamonds for some of it. So anyways, yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. Maybe the Sherlock Box Closet of Holding will have answers. But my brain doesn't at the moment, so yeah. There's just a few or la 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 la. I had thought at one point of making the record surface out of all coal blocks. Then I realized that was kind of silly, because that's an awful lot of coal, and even at the amount I've got, that's not going to work out. But I mean, I have a sheep farm, maybe that's what sheep farms are good for. Yes, please. Yes, please, fantastic Sherlock Fox. We have whoops, wrong one. So anywhere in there, we've got 64 and 52. Math not working. 116 max. And we're going to be versus Fortune 3. Got about an hour and 15 minutes left, so I could break it up over a bunch of predictions. But let's roll at least one. Now that we have a spider farm, although I'm still on the lookout for a closer one, we can definitely repair things. For example, I should be switching that crazy shovel to the other hand to actually repair it, That would make sense. I'm still surprised that I'm actually getting XP for this, because I thought there was a point at which you don't get XP for your coal mining anymore. So that's confusing me at the moment. Okay. Let's make some torches. Maybe what I'll do, I'm going to derail here and use up a whole ton of sticks. And maybe make a box of torches. That's probably not a bad idea. Kind of like I have a lunchbox, that I can have a lighting box. That might make some sense, because I'm always running out of torches, whether I mine or do anything else. So hopefully we won't take forever on this one, but I'm really not going to use coal for anything else. What's this? This is cocoa beans. Okay, let's move that. Now I can put these everywhere. And we've got, let's take a look at the prediction. Prediction says 14 diamond versus Fortune 3. Okay. Sounds good. Aha. StreamUp just notified me that I have an out-of-date OBS plugin. Maybe that's what caused my problems earlier. Who knows? And for those that were here yesterday, my daughter is happily off to school today. I had to go pick her up from school yesterday because she had a tummy ache. And at first I thought, okay, yeah, whatever, she's just being silly, or maybe it was a reaction to the ice cream the night before or whatnot. I'd completely forgotten until after stream. Remembered before I went out the door, but I'd forgotten until after stream that yesterday was the day in grade 6 that they were getting their vaccination jabs. I mean, I think I talked about it, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And basically it boiled down to stomach aches and potential nausea were actually one of the very commonly expected side effects of the vaccinations. So that was part of what she was going through. And of course that part did clear up, but she was still quite sore and was fairly aware that she was going to be tired today because she wouldn't be able to sleep as well on her side for that. So yeah. Apparently she said they were going to only jab vaccinations into one side, but supposedly they missed or something. I don't know. On the second jab because it was 2 separate needles. And so she had to have the other side. I suspect that they missed because, like, related I suspect they missed because she freaks out. Like, she's usually pretty good with these sorts of things, far better than her brother. But I suspect that, when she cries, she's one that shakes when she cries. He doesn't shake as much, but she definitely shakes. So I suspect that they were trying to deal with that just to get it over with, and she moved. No big deal. It was just that. But I will give her credit. We have a bottle drive coming up on the weekend that I will not be present for. Fantastic Sherlock Fox has agreed to take that on with the kids. He usually does do the driving, and then I just do the navigating. But my kids are old enough they can totally navigate, so it's no big deal. Anyway, so I had this. But I'll give her credit. She and her brother did go out, after all, just as they'd planned, and go ahead and get half of the flyer deliveries done. And they're going to get the other half done today. So that's great. The way we do our bottle drives for our Scout program fundraising is that we deliver a quarter sheet of paper flyer to everybody's door. And then on the weekend, we meet at a central spot and everybody gets handed maps, which were the delivery routes of the flyers. And then the people go and drive around the route that they've been given and pick up whatever bags or boxes or whatnot of bottles and cans and whatnot have been left out for us. And people are supposed to tag them. Sometimes they don't, but for the most part they do tag things. And we put out sandwich board signs a few days in advance and all that kind of jazz. So I will give her credit. Like, the fact that she was still aching because she was tense and sore in the arms. Of course, other muscles get sore too. So the fact that she did go out after all, I give her props for. That, and considering I think she follows after me in terms of sometimes neuro inability to actually make herself do things. And yes, I know she's headed towards teenager, so there could be that as well. But I really do think some of these times that she doesn't do things is actually she can't keep going. Because every once in a while she talks about staring at a wall and just thinking and not actually being able to make herself get up and do stuff, which is kind of something I do. So yeah. Anyway, but she did these things, so I was quite pleased. And she and her brother had a very solid plan for what they were going to do today after school to get the rest of the route done. So I was very pleased with them. Well, that's the thing. I would say, I'm torn on whether to get dominant arm or non-dominant arm. The reason for that is while it's sore, I have to use it. Some people say it lets you work out things easier, as Mike points out. On the other hand, no bad puns intended, sometimes I think the non-dominant works well for me. I kind of switch it up a little bit. But sometimes the non-dominant works well because otherwise I spend too much time absent-mindedly using the dominant side to be rubbing and squashing and whatever. Rubbing and squashing the sore arm. Also, if you do it in the non-dominant side, though, you don't actually have to be using it as much when you're working things out. So sometimes I've had years for myself where the jabs have been sore enough that writing hurts. It sounds dumb, but yeah. On the other hand, I guess since they don't teach kids a whole lot about handwriting anymore, maybe it's a moot point. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. As you guys can probably see, heads up, we've got an ad supposedly in just over a minute. Supposedly. So I don't know if I can trust that. Okay, maybe I should put the grass block box down. Put that down. And move this one down here. Grab another one. Make this a lighting box. Lighting box needs a color, so what sort of color says lighting to you guys? Because I'm kind of curious. At the moment it'll be all torches, but we can make it be something else later. Like other types of lighting. I need more. Huh. Okay, well I think I overdid it. That's okay. And I always have to experiment. Does this? No. Hey. And that again. Okay, we're good. So in that case, make all of those we can. That's the other thing I noticed about storage is I'm one... Aha! That makes plenty of sense. Thank you, Mike. See, this is why I keep people like you on staff. Just kidding. Yeah, it's like, I will triple your thought pay. There you go. Why? I have no idea. But, you know, tripling 0 doesn't help. Okay, yellow. Let's call this the lighting box, then I'll color it. Ah! Lighting. There we go. Actually, maybe I should put... Oh. Sometimes I like to put my name on things because if I've been dumb and left it somewhere, then people will know whose box it is. So lighting can go up near... Oh, I don't need to carry that. Good grief. Put the lighting up there. Lunchbox. It was gold because of golden carrots, but I don't want to get confused. Let's see what colors I've got. What color do I like lunchboxes? I had teal lunchboxes when I was a kid. I have a green one. Fried kelp, blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. Add. It worked. Okay. Ad break. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Ads stink. You know, a lot of things like that are not fun. Oh, okay, so note to self, at some point need more things to get more of the colors. You know, pickles and so on. I could go upstairs and get cactus. You know, that would be sensible. Do I do anything sensible these days? Not often. Potatoes, carrots, cactus. Ooh. Nah, we'll just make the lunchbox lime. How's that? And see what we get. There you go. Can I do this and that? Okay, we get a lime one. That's fine. I don't think I have a lime box yet. And that's quartz, which I can go over here. Up there. 20 more, huh? Nope, you're gonna be 21 more. Why? Oh, I see, it's that. Okay, never mind. Nope, mix it with yours. What's this? Oh, right, that's a grass box. That's a stick box. We've already overdone things, so let's put the stick box away. Swap sticks and mud. Yeah. And I've eaten all my sand for bottles and still haven't finished with all the bottles. So we're gonna have some fun there. Now, question is, where did I put Ender Chest? Clearly it's one of those I set it down for a moment things. Nothing in there. Toolbox, did I put it in here? Nope, I think I left it upstairs, okay. Green carrots, well that works. Redstone, okay. You wanted to answer my question of the day, but you can't remember the last movie you watched. Did cry watching Doom at your service, but that's not a movie. That's a K-drama. Whoa! K-drama, hang on. No, I was kidding. That's okay. You know, I just can't get into K-dramas. It's not that there's anything wrong with them. Oh, yeah, okay. It's not that anything wrong with them, I just, can't seem to... You know, they don't click with everybody. But I just... Whether it be a K-drama or a Korean movie with English subtitles, a lot of those foreign acting styles, just seem to be slightly wooden to me. Okay, so I've moved the dogs. Here's the map in here. They're up here, where the chicken used to be. That was an adventure and a half. Okay, so the carrots, just a quick, oops, map. Just a quick update. So the carrots that used to be on the lower floor, I tore out a wall. Oh, stop doing that. Tore out a wall, and I shoved them in here. So this one in the corner is potatoes, this one just south of it is carrots. And the wheat is still down here. But that allowed me to have like a bit of a hallway to work with by shoving them both in there. I keep right-clicking, that's why I have problems with this. Okay, map. Then the melons that used to be in there, I can't remember if this is melons, I think that is. And this one over here is pumpkins. Either that or I reversed them, doesn't really matter. And then, so you're still hearing the chicken farm because the chicken is here. So yep, there's the stairs. And Mr. Chicken, he lost a little sign about, you know, what chicken butt or something like that. But yeah, your chicken is here. So if I come up and turn right and I look up, there's the chicken. And he has the raw chicken farm inside. So that's part of why you get plucking out of the giant chicken. I still have lighting in his feet. I'm tempted to switch that for wool just because it looks dopey. But then I've got torches up the crazy spots. So here, yeah. So there's the extra egg box. And as inappropriate as that looks, there's the chicken farm. It was interesting. At one point I did a whole bunch of chickens. So like the entire chest full of eggs worth of whatever showed up, and had a lot of opportunities for 4 chicken babies from one egg. And that was great, but it I let them all out by mistake at one point. They were all over the place. So rather than just killing them all, I decided I was going to bait them back, and it didn't work all that well, but I did my best. So there's a bunch there. And then any eggs that had been dropped while I was collecting would be, you know, broken for new chickens. So yeah. For those of you that catch the reference from other streamers or content creators, it's Big Chicken. There we go. All right, so the dogs are in there. I figured just in case the dogs got out, because I didn't have a gate on this point, I'd added one here. It's not necessary. We can put it away. And I don't need one on this farm. But yeah, I had the dogs loose and didn't really want them getting all over the place. Okay, I was looking for the box. I think I left it on this floor. If I didn't, I left it on the upstairs floor. Need some bread. Maybe. Okay, so I guess this is a pumpkin farm. I left the double entrances because this used to be beets and what the heck the other thing was. No! No. Sorry. No. Well, that's one solution. Now I really have to find the thing because my hoe is in the toolbox. And there's one over here that's not quite grown. Okay, well, mental note, gotta fix that. Alright, we still have the bamboo farm there, and sugarcane. I thought about moving them a little bit, you know, and then putting the melons and stuff on the other side, but there's too much stuff going on underneath now with the auto compressors, and then melons just got moved over here. Nothing too exciting. I tore this all out, using it for something else, and then I decided to put it back, so that's why it's there. This is our double height farm. It's moved. Well, I guess I didn't leave things on this floor then. We've gone full circle. Guess I must have left it upstairs then. This, okay, here's the thing. I've almost always got a guy in here. I think I've had 8, I think, at one point, because I ignored the single one. And they just keep collecting, the pigs. I don't know where they come from. Somehow I made it worse on the nether side, so they're spawning more. Okay, so this is open, and I can't remember what I was going to use. Oh, beets, right. There's beets in there. Mushrooms got moved in here, which I haven't done anything with now that I've moved them. And what used to be in there is the nether wart, so it's here. What have I done? Huh. Now I'm really puzzled. Didn't leave it upstairs here, did I? I know I'm squirreling, but I'd rather squirrel just for sanity than wonder where I left things all stream and be distracted. Which, I mean, hey, I'm distracted anyway, but don't need to be that bad. Alright, guess it's not there. What's I doing on the main floor? Might I have put it? Not there. Did I leave it on the inside of the bee farm? That might be another possibility. Oh. A note to self, don't hit bees, by the way. Not that you guys didn't know that, but yeah. I've had a few too many close calls now. We're talking like half a dozen. Now I'm really confused. Oh. Aha. Well, that would be a smart place to leave it. That's probably part of why I left it there. Okay. You're coming with me. Nope. Okay. For some reason I thought I had extra entrance in that direction. This one. This one. Wow, delayed sound again. Halfway down the hall before the door decides to sound like it's going to open and close. Let's put this here because I can find it. Toolbox. There. Aren't those supposed to stack? Sorry, I just... What? Okay. Sure. I don't care. This can go there. Put that in. Yeah, we're getting delayed sound. Okay, well, that's a thing, apparently. That one goes here. Now I'm wondering what I had over there. It made sense at the time, whatever it was I had over there, but I don't have it there now. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. And I did spot that I have extra torches in the toolbox, which if I need to... Aha! I know what I had there. If I need to, I can put... There we go. That makes sense. But I can put a set of those away. And I used to have a crafting table in there, so that makes sense. I'll put that away. And the shears frequently are in there, so that's probably the other piece. Yep. The shears in the corner. Alright, I think I got everything. Maybe. Maybe. Now things feel like they're back to normal. My sanity has been pretensively restored. That's not a word. Pop culture has rolled. Geek out. 2 authors whose last names begin with the letter P. Yeah, Dan Peterson's a good one. Do I have any P's? Well, I can't seem to think of any at the moment. I'm just going to put these away, because otherwise I'll get myself way distracted in loops. Alright, back downstairs. Okay, did I have moved the chicken farm? This, some sort of brewing space thing, that's part of what my brain is thinking of doing in there, and potentially with the upgrade smelting bit. Thunder, huh? Okay, so we're working on the flattening out for this base here. Jeremy Hillary Boob PhD. Mine sand and make bottles, that's later. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Let's grab the extra food. I guess if it's extras-ish stuff, then I'll put it up here and come collect it later. Me distracted? Yes. Of course, always. Okay, food goes, plate goes there, food goes there. Box I'm working on goes there. Okay. Since I have to put stuff in the composter anyways, let's see what we can grab. That's not bad, actually. Normally it's worse. So this stuff is why I couldn't move the bamboo farm and the sugarcane farm. It's just, there's too much going on in there. This one is only 28, that's not bad. How is this doing? Okay, we're okay. Oh, came here to put the pumpkin seeds away and didn't. There we go. Okay, we're out. We're out. Oh, certainly does count. Oh, comma, Edgar Allan. How are you guys doing? Well, I don't need more, but why not? Hey, boys, girls, come on over. Why? Because they're cute. I mean, as much as I don't, you know, as much as the concept is weird, I don't particularly want to, you know, I'd love to be able to freeze it so you could have a whole bunch of little armadillos. Cat room I should probably do something with at some point. I haven't seen another cat in here, which is good. It's not just on stream, those are off-stream cats too, so that's part of why we're in the 20s. Okay, we're back. We're back. How close are we? So the big flat zone is 64, that's where we want to get to. And I suppose at some point we're going to need to deal with that ravine thing we had, although I may just open it up so we know where it is on this west side and leave it. So we can probably work our way around it. Yep. And I was gonna say, I hear weird noises. Well, of course I hear weird noises. Armadillos make weird noises. Okay. Oh, delayed sound again. Yay! Two authors. Okay, roll that one. 4 TV theme songs, which you can recite a line of. Oh, come on. We can get more than that. So how many TV theme songs can you recite a line of the lyrics? Now, these days, some of the people that impress me, lyric reciting wise, it's not actually a word, but sure, are the ones that can recite the lyrics to The Big Bang Theory. Just, I'm not good with rap and high-speed lyrics. I mean, I like the sound of them, I'm just not very good with them. And so that's one, you know, other than being able to say it all started with a big bang, can't get you any further than that one. We're bringing up 3 very lovely girls. Okay, so we can basically play Name That Tune if you want, Name That Show from the lyrics. Is that the, that's not the Brady Bunch, is it? It also, oh, it is Brady Bunch, okay. I didn't actually watch a whole ton of it, but for some reason I knew what that was. I think Brady Bunch in syndication was one of those things, yeah, I'm I'm only old enough for syndication. Brady Bunch was one of those ones I think came on at the same time on a different channel as something else I wanted to watch. So hearing the Brady Bunch theme was kind of like my signal to go watch some other show, although I can't remember what that other show was. The Cheers theme. Yep. Where everybody knows your name. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. And then there's CSI. No. Who are you? Oh, Gilligan's Island, Mike. Totally love it. Yes, I did like that one. The Professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle. Although, I appreciate the typo for the faithful trip, but it was actually a fateful trip. Yep. I mean, it's funny, I've now got, earworms and stuff going with these songs, but part of it you would expect is just the songs that make sense. I don't mean make sense in a whole lot of ways, but I mean as in have lyrics. But no, I now have the intro notes or intro strains to Maxwell Smart going through my head. Get Smart, which does not have lyrics, but it's very recognizable. Nah. See, here's the thing. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing because Doyle wrote it best, and a lot of people quoted it since. But suffice to say, our brain is like, as they put it in the UK, a lumber room, or in our world, an attic. Or, your storage basement, I suppose. And it only holds so much. And then, when you need to put something new in there, sometimes you have to shove out old things. And remembering things like the lyrics to a theme tune, when you need to put in things that you use every day, like work, crap, excuse me, that was not, yes, I want to go, well, I'm going to say, I will go down there when I have to. But falling in the hole was not a good one. Wolfman probably would have thought that was cute. The Cone of Silence was amazing. In Maxwell Smart, how useless it was? Yeah. But that Max insisted on it. And the funny part is, it starts to work well at the beginning, except they do a lot of the running gag where people can't hear what's going on. And I'm thinking, initially, subtitles, people! We're so used to subtitles. How come you can't at least read the first few words of the sentence and then get confused when the room is too full? But it's a Max thing, Even his boss was kind of dumb on that point, though. Down the Road and Back Again is one that I can't remember. But Thank You for Being a Friend is Golden Girls, and I think that bit was right on the section of the footage when Rue McClanahan as Ruth was like she's doing some sort of like power walk across the room with purpose. Oh, really? Did not know that. Huh. See, it's probably because I didn't pay a whole lot of attention until then. Stick a pony in my pocket and I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. Oh, Jay, I can't place that one, but yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah, that sounds like, Mrs. Brown's Boys. But I could be wrong. Well, Jay's liable to have some really neat ones. Because, I mean, although we're talking mostly about North American programming, there's actually quite a number of ones I've seen from Jay's side of the pond. So the UK stuff is cool too. Very, very neat. I mean, most people think of, they say UK material. Well, oh, okay. That's on my list of ones I haven't seen, but would like to see some of. for a while, I went through a period where I was very interested into UK programming. Most people, when they often think, "Oh, UK program," the only thing that comes to mind is Doctor Who, and for that, I more or less say shame on them, because there's more to life than Doctor Who. There's more to the UK than Doctor Who, you know. And frankly, that didn't have lyrics anyways. And if it did, I don't want to know about it, because that would be really bizarre. But, you know, see, there's one where it's almost a shame that we don't have Jay and Bob going back and forth on that one. And if he was available, Food Noob. I'm just kidding, Cold Reindeer. Although the stereotype for reindeer is probably more befitting to Scandinavians and Canadians than it is UK people. I mean, you know, we could be talking Bean Boy. That would be cool. Okay, so this is a bit of an island, so we can take out that fairly easily. Why don't I just stop bouncing up and down? Just cut this main section down to where we need to be, and then deal with whatever's left. Obviously, this section ended up higher, so there's going to be some work over there. Though that was the main entrance when we started, once upon a time, and now it's kind of a minor entrance. I haven't decided whether I want it to be a main entrance down here or elsewhere. I just copied the main entrance. That was the whole point at one point, was to copy the main entrance. So let's cut this one down. Come on. What do we got? 1, 2. That delayed sound is going to get me. On the other hand, for you guys, I guess the delayed sound is a good thing, sort of, because it means that in theory, if I have something coming up behind me that could kill me, then it will not catch me in time. You know, creepers and such. So maybe that's a good thing for your viewing pleasure. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Keep every monkey around. Daydream Believer is one of my absolute favorite songs. But I also get a kick out of the guy at the beginning who is like, who asks if the song is 7A. Or no, what song is this? And he goes, 7A. He's like, sorry? 7A. Hey, I know. It's because I'm short, right? Dude. No. They're just annoyed with you because you can't remember anything for more than 10 seconds. I can picture that one too. Is that, I got the tune going, and I just can't remember which show that is. I'm trying to put the video footage in my head. It's actually funny, I was talking to my son about that the other day. And my husband. Basically, I was saying, you know, my son is enjoying Star Trek. Oof, oh boy, he's slobbering for that one. Star Wars. He's enjoying Star Wars. But the thing is, I was a Star Trek person growing up, and we've talked about this before. I'm not a battles kind of person. Not a war-ish kind of thing. So I don't remember a whole lot about what he's into, like the details. Especially not, you know, the ins and outs of cars and ships and whatever. I think that's, no offense intended to girls, but I think that's kind of a guy thing, to be into vehicles and stuff. So I said, where do I begin? 'Cause I'm out of town this weekend on my own. So once the dance workshop is over for the day, I'm not likely to go to bed at that hour. So I said, if I'm to binge something, you know, on YouTube or streaming services or whatever, to try and help catch up a little bit on what on earth you're talking about. And where do I begin? And so we had this conversation about, you know, he's got a lot of reference material books I could borrow and so forth. And I said, that's great and all, but I'm the kind of person that thinks visually, remembers visually. Yeah, I'm kind of using this ravine thing as a marker for how wide I'm going to go, because it seems to line up nicely with the edge of the other piece. So rather than connecting up by chopping trees at the moment, I'm just using that as where I'm going to cut the dirt down to the moment. Anyway, so I said that's great, but I'm a visual person in such a way that sometimes I need to remember visually what on earth was connected with that scene or that piece of info in a show or something like that for me to remember it. Sometimes there's pieces of lore that I will need to know that were not in the shows or the movies, but were in the comic books. In that case, it still works if I've had, say, a YouTube video where they were talking about that material and then showed, still clips of some of the comic pages relevant to that story or the covers or something. Hey gamer, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. I'm pleased to meet you. I'm just working on some cutting down and flattening today. The theme of the base, I'll give you a pretty quick peek, but the theme of the base here in Minecraft is the Beatles, specifically Yellow Submarine. And that doesn't look good from the sky, but whatever. Specifically, here we go, Yellow Submarine. And actually I'm using, no, we're outdoors. Okay, I won't be running. Trying a new Minecraft mod that you've never heard of before today. Ooh, please do tell. I still need to cut this out. That's one of those, like, at some point projects. I'm just going to make it rectangular. While it can't actually float, my excuse is I'm going to go with the real world reference of a semi-dry dock. So it may have been dry dock at one point, and then we're filling it up to float it out. I know there's an island in the way, but we're going to pretend that's not the case. So yeah, my theme is the Yellow Submarine movie, and resulting effect, of course, is that we have a good bit of work to do. So I'm flattening out this zone so that I can put in a reference to the Nowhere Man that they find in the movie. Little critter guy who's fairly smart, but a right royal pain in the butt. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That Noteblock songs thing. I would actually like to know how to do them, quote unquote, the old-fashioned way. That would be something that would be interesting, but it's not high on my list at the moment. I mean, I guess actually doing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds that way might be kind of amusing. As you guys can probably see, I will have pieces of the mansion base to fix with cobble. We'll get there. It's not super high on the priority list. Yeah. Okay, so we were also, due to the pop culture thing saying 4 TV theme songs for which you can recite a line of lyrics, it became a bit of a name that television show tune thing, of which apparently I'm not that great. It seems that I've watched a lot of television programming that did not have lyrics on their theme tunes. But now I also have the Golden Girls theme going through my head. Now, while I'm a good ways from being a Golden Girl age myself, it was kind of a fun show. Yeah. Which also reminds me, I've actually seen, or miss seeing, B. Arthur, what did she play? Dorothy, I think, in that show. She was an amazing person on Broadway, and oddly enough, I've actually heard her sing, which is funny because you never would think that, given what she did on the show, and some of her TV career. She also had stage career from, just generic, shouldn't say generic, but like play acting. Oh, that just sounds wrong. Acting in plays. Yeah, there we go. So that was a lot of fun. Well, of course, it's redstone unless it's not as laggy. Is it a client-side mod or a server-side mod? I'm playing on a, what do you call it? A survival multiplayer. So even though we have, hence the server restart in 5 minutes, even though we have a good Which also remind me, I put random platforms predictions. Yeah, that's locked. Okay, refresh. Okay, so we have a prediction on the go, which I shall just deal with and then see if we can start up a new one. Huzzah! Get this one down. And then run inside because I left the wallet inside. I am doing really well today. Pick this one up. This one up. That goes over here. That goes over there. Okay. Let's get the diamond prediction out of the way, or the first one, and we'll see what we got. So we're halfway through the hour, and here I am yik-yakking away. And I derail myself in the middle of a sentence, just so you're aware. What we're at 14. Okay. An odd number, but that's fine. 13, 14. I need this one. I should put that one away. So places the note block, plays the song, or removes it when done. Huh. Server side. Okay. So not an option for us, but that doesn't mean that it's completely off the table. It just, yeah, not something I'm going to be using soon, but I will definitely write that, well, I will try and remember to write that down. I shouldn't laugh about that, but yeah, I'm a little memory challenged at times. A little? Maybe a lot memory challenged? Okay. So we've got a 14 even or odd on diamond ore. It looks like we have a good amount in the pot. Okay, well, relatively. Let's go up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what I'm going to do is turn off that for a moment. There we go. So we have nothing in the hands, no ore, diamonds already. Let's go down. And the answer came out even. Awesome. So let's resolve that one. And the winner was Even Steven. There we go. All right. So as you guys may have spotted, we still have a good amount of stuff left. We can still do a few more predictions. It's amazing to me though how much of that diamond ore came from the mines. I'm still impressed by that. Shouldn't be. I mean, it sort of makes logical sense, but how much of it came from the the mine shaft. That's the word I'm looking for. Mine shaft. Donated to FSF. So winners were. Seeing details here. Whoa. No, that's not what I need. Details, please. Fine. 12,500 to Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Not bad. Yep. Mike did donate. That means that it sounds rigged for Fox. It's always rigged for Fox. Right? Right. Excuse me. Okay. So. Go. Of course I'm going to put things in the wrong spot. Server admin start in 1 minute. Okay, that's fine. Put it just inside the door. Then I can leave things out, right? And forget where I put them. There we go. I'm good at that. So in 1 minute, this is your warning to go and stretch, to fill your drinks, etc., etc. And what I may start doing, as much as we hate ads, what I may start doing is when the server has a restart, manually run an ad, just because then that part's dealt with for a few minutes. Probably the best plan. So once again, that's really one of those you don't want to be here moments. Normally I let Twitch run itself in that respect. F8 and everything's great. Okay, so as much as I'm enjoying the TV lyrics thing, and we can keep playing that if you guys want, I will still roll the geek out as it kicks me off. Let's roll that geek out. And can I press the button? Nope. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to refresh this. Your stretch. Everybody gets a free hydrate. You guys
2,
know.
4, 6, 8. Everybody hydrate.
Everybody hydrate. Oh, Distort Mania, I apologize. I missed that you were the first person here. Silly me. I'm gonna bounce the pop-up my message thing, because that, for some reason, the redeems seem to be not making any sound, and I wonder if my bot settings got mixed up again. Settings, interface, where's the default? Yeah, it came out B for buttons, not C for claims. Duh. Let's save this. Okay, there we go. Great. As far as we get. Alright, and so this is your hydrate, so I'm gonna do whatever I got in the water bottle and chop with some coffee at the moment. Nobel Prize winners. Ooh. Interesting. I'm curious if anybody can think of 2. Now that said, I can only think of 2. I don't know if they won, and I don't know if they were just simply nominations. But unfortunately, the 2 I'm thinking of, actually I can think of maybe another one. Watson and Crick for insulin, I believe is the people we're looking for, which is a proud Canadian moment. But other than that, I can only really think of politics. Politicians that maybe won for peace prizes, and that's great as far as it goes, but politicians are not necessarily my first choice for that sort of answer. So I'll give it about, another minute or so, and then we'll roll that one, because that's not something that a lot of people know about. But I will say, in the Stockholm City Hall, well, Palace actually, where they actually hold the ceremonies for the Nobel Peace Prize. It's actually quite a beautiful gilded room. In the mid-90s, I was on a student exchange trip, and we got to go in and see that as part of our tours, more or less. Kids will be kids, and when people say, "Hey, where do you want to go? What do you want to take people to see?" The kids are like, "I don't know." That's the way most of it goes. So the "I don't know" part resulted in the chaperones and the parents deciding what they would like to show. Sheldon and Amy, I believe, I'm going to roll this. Somebody's ahead of me. Okay. Oh. Okay. So without Googling it, I guess it becomes a... I think you might be right. I don't recall. You're probably right. What I remember most about Big Bang Theory is, of course, Bazinga, because I have a lovely t-shirt for that. And knocking on the door. Penny! 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 It's like, oh, for God's sake, Sheldon. Oddly enough, I used to date a guy named Drew before I met Fantastic Chocolate Classic. He was the last guy I quote-unquote dated. And I say quote-unquote dated because he thought it was dating. That's happened to me twice, where people thought I was dating them, and I thought that they were just being a good friend, because mostly it was, the first time that happened, it was, I was dating someone whose belief system was against public displays of affection. So they thought I was their girlfriend, and I thought we were just hanging out as super cool friends. And I didn't find out till after, because they were a year older than me in school. I didn't find out till after they left school that they had honestly thought I was their girlfriend. And I found out in a really awkward kind of way. They invited me over to their house just to hang out for a while. At least that's what they had said initially. But it turned out to be, hey, do you want to stay for early Easter family dinner with their family? I was like, awkward, but sure. They had an older sibling who wasn't married yet, so yeah, my brother's bringing his girlfriend and stuff, so I was like, okay. Well, I found out at the dinner table that he had told his parents I was his girlfriend. Yeah. But it didn't last long after that. And then the other one, this guy named Drew, was very Sheldon-like. And then, I mean, there were some elements where he was, quote-unquote, your normal average guy. But I wasn't really all that sure how to tell him, hey, dude, hey, man, I'm nerdy, but I'm just not that into you. So that, I didn't want to be mean, you know? And my notion, unfortunately, turned out to be a bad idea, but was to let them down gently. Because we used to go, every once in a while, we'd go to a restaurant or whatever, and he'd pay. Or we'd go Dutch, so basically each of us paying half or whatever. Like paying our portion of it, and no big deal. The giveaway was the night that I refused to let him pay, and I paid the whole bill. He's like, there's something up, isn't there? I was like, about time you noticed, like 3 months after I tried to tell you that verbally that I'm just not that interested. So, yeah. I mean, I'd probably have about as much luck telling Sheldon I wasn't interested. So anyway, yeah. That's my personal reference to Big Bang Theory. Where's the bed? But that was Big Bang Theory. So next one up, just about as nerdy, is most of us are taught in school 3 digits of pi, which is apparently a rounding. I mean, it is a good rounding, but I'm surprised they rounded that. I only know 3 more digits than that easily. So, you know, if you know more than 6, go for it. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's what we usually use. Exactly, that's what we usually used. And I mean, if you happen to have a calculator that would do fractions, then occasionally we'd get the ones where I think it was like, what, 22/7 or something silly like that? Because that doesn't come out as an even one on the calculator either. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a calculator that stores in its memory banks, more preciseness than that, but then allows you to have a pi button on it, then of course I go with that. But yeah, for the purposes of like high school and early university, that's all they ever needed. But I laugh because my son, the first time he heard it, the bad joke, he didn't get it. But I had grown up with this silly joke you've probably heard before, that you know, was it the area of a circle, I believe, is pi r squared, and it's like, no, pi's are round. And he didn't get it when I first told him, but then he's just trying to logic himself out of that one. And it's like, dude, it's okay. Just relax. Relax. Apple pie. You know, my apple pie that I did for Canadian Thanksgiving was okay. I unfortunately overcooked it. So I basically once you got it in 15 minutes or something, and then you turn the temperature down, and you set it in for, depending on your oven and your pie and whatever, 45 minutes to an hour. So what I did is, knowing that I'm not the speediest person at going back to get the pie when I'm not sort of already on the floor or in the room. So I set my alarm for 45 after. Like 45 minutes. But unfortunately, by the time I went up and got the pie, it was closer to an hour. And that shouldn't have been a super big deal, but it came out just a little darker. Woo! Okay, well, we're going to have some fun there. It just came out a little darker than I would like. So, yeah. Now, being as we're 20 minutes from the top of the hour, I will start mentioning the great things going on. So this weekend, in spite of me not being there, there is an absolutely fantastic stream weekend lineup coming from the Dadcar community. Far be it from me to remember who's in it, and also far be it from me to remember to put in any art of any sort, placeholder or otherwise. So yeah, sorry about that. Maybe I'll have that part organized by the end of the week, maybe. But if you have the opportunity, it's definitely worth doing. If you have only access to one device, then I highly recommend checking into your favorite format of a multi-parking website so that you can actually see as many of these as you can at the same time. You know, like if you're doing multiple different things. Twitch has been ultra twitchy lately, in my personal experience, in terms of dropping people off of raids. So if you're planning to, you know, start lurk in the morning and hit the raid train, yeah, good luck with that. It could just be my setup is being a little fussy. Even when I'm not multi-parking, it does that, so can't blame that part of it either. But yeah, apple pie is one of Fantastic Sherlock Fox's favorites, so we do have that a little more often. I quite like pumpkin pie as well. Part of what I do enjoy about it is the creamy texture. I don't know what it is about one versus the other that various people prefer. So I'm thinking what I might try at some point is I've seen some recipes recently for apple, what do I call it? Apple butter pie. So you make the very concentrated applesauce that's slightly caramelized and pre-seasoned and whatnot as apple butter. And then you can use that as a pumpkin pie consistency. So I might give that a try and see whether or not that tickles my taste buds or not. It's a definite possibility that it could. And then, hey, it might be the best of both worlds. I do not know. So we're getting a lot closer to getting us leveled out, and I can start the circles. I may end up laying out the circles so that we can sort of see what we're doing, as in what's the point of this whole mess. But Thursdays tend to be a little bit longer. I'll have to check it and see if the person I raid into afterwards is planning for tomorrow, or if they know in advance they won't be able to. So Thursdays tend to be a 3-hour stream. We will be back at doing this, so I mean, hold on to your hats. But we could always, throw something a little different in the middle, or I don't know, something else. But as you've seen, we've covered up a cave of sorts underneath here in at least 2 places, so there'll be a little bit more excitement, I suppose. Ah! Okay, well that's an interesting thought. Here we go. Swim in that one. Why can I not? I like the pathing ability with a shovel, but when I'm doing this sort of dig down, I really kind of wish the pathing ability required a modifier key to make it happen. That would be nice. Yeah. Okay, but I mean, as far as apple pies go, what would be your favorite texture? And it's a silly question, but there's some that are, very stiff and fairly sour. Sorry, I'm putting this down here so that I'll hopefully turn into grass and then we don't have to worry about dirt blocks for storage. What's your favorite texture? Some people like fairly firm apples, so that even though it's cooked, there's almost a crunch in their apple pie. Some people like them to be fairly soft, so they hold up, but then when you bite in, it kind of goes squish. I'm a fan of like a mixed, so fairly firm, but that it doesn't actually have crunch. And yet, while I like some of the apple varieties we get over here, like I think we get Granny Smiths and Macintoshes and stuff. We did Macs and Pink Ladies this time, but I'm learning that the variety I like, the Macs, they're changing. Just because, although Macintoshes hold up well during cooking, it turns out that they're not that great in terms of storage. So the heavier, the more, I can't remember what the word is. The more firm texture that you have for baking doesn't stick around as far as storage goes. Sour but less crunchy. Okay. Another one my kids don't understand, and maybe I'm not one of those people that gets it either. I mean, we've all heard of, a lot of us hear of pie a la mode, which is with ice cream. Apples and ice cream never really did it for me. I mean, I've had it, but my mom and I grew up on apple pie with very thinly sliced cheddar cheese. And part of the logic in that relates to when you have like what do you call it? A cheese tray. So for appetizers and what's not, when you're hosting, often you'll have like a wine and cheese, but then they'll have an apple or something along the lines to help you sort of have a palate cleanser of sorts. And so I grew up with apples and cheddar cheese. But the more I hear about other people not doing that, the more it sounds like they think I'm crazy. Yeah. Sharp cheddar with your coffee is one I can't quite get my head around, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just, never tried it. Kind of tempted to try it now, actually, just to see. Sharp cheddar with coffee. Not sure what I think of that concept, but to each their own, I suppose. One of the things I like about cheese, though, is with hard cheeses, I like the ones that when you slice them fairly thinly, or have a sharp enough blade when you slice them, or wire or whatever, that they come out really smooth. So, for example, even though it's not a very firm cheese, I like this smoothness that you get on something like a mozzarella. And some cheddars, when you slice them very thinly, will do that as well. But other cheeses don't. There's one, you want to think it's out of Ontario or Quebec. Maybe it's just where you're able to get it. It's one called Balderson's. And in Canada, usually they sell it at about 3 years old, but I've had an 8-year-old version. And it's kind of a sharper, sort of more, a sharper cheddar. And here's another one I find funny. In a lot of people's minds, cheddar is always orange. But of course, that's not natural, right? It's not even the color of a natural rind for cheddar. So I don't know where that came from. It's not wrong, it just confuses me. Yeah, so cheddar and apples go well together as a snack, that works well. So it made me kind of wonder. The other one, though, I mean, if one wants to extrapolate the concept, and that's the thing is, concepts. Another one that I've wondered about, let's put these out of the way, is if apples and peanut butter go together well as a snack, okay, then I wonder if there's any merit to the idea of an apple and peanut butter pie. Or putting, it sounds almost as weird, or putting peanut butter on your pie, although that just sounds a bit strange. I don't know. It's the makes me wonder thing. And I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried about trying it. It sounds dumb, but I'm worried about trying it because I might like it. And I'm still in that headspace where my tolerance for myself being weird is still oddly low. I know that sounds funny, given that what we've been talking about lately, but my personal tolerance for myself being weird is quite low. Therefore, there are some things that I just don't really want to don't want to try because I'm a little worried that I might like it. That notion itself is weird. I get that. But, yeah. We'll have to see how. But what were we watching last night? Oh, randomly was reminded of another Tyler Bucket video. So that's where I was going with this. We're just talking about things that were different in the US versus Canada. And recently, one of the ones we watched was Tyler comparing grocery stores in Canada versus grocery stores in America. And the impression I got, and I don't usually shop in the US when I go traveling. Fantastic Sherlock Fox has had to more than I have. My parents have, like when we've been in Hawaii, but Hawaiian grocery stores are weird regardless. They don't seem to be as commodity as they are on the mainland. But where I'm going with this is it sounds more like in the US, grocery shopping is more of a chore than it is, I guess, pleasurable. Canada isn't really pleasurable either. But it seems like Canada has, for the most part, opted to have a grocery experience that kind of wants to differentiate itself from others. Like stores tend to want to differentiate themselves from other stores, partly by, I guess, making the shopping experience pleasant. Okay, so peanut butter pie and that the like would be not for you, Jay. Now, a question though. When peanut butter is a necessarily consumed evil for you, so let's say hypothetically, assuming you had to consume peanut butter, is there a style of peanut butter that you would find less objectionable? Because over here we have multiple different, like related to peanut butter, in the shopping aisles, we have multiple different styles or varieties. And what I mean by that is, I mean, you'll get some that are very sweet and sugary, but there's also there's like the crunchy versus smooth. And then there's the, you could say even within that category, there's the commercial processed versus the more all-natural varieties. And the major difference is that due to whatever emulsifying agents are in the peanut butter that they've added, you know, in the factory stuff, that it may have a different, more creamy texture than some of the more natural ones. For example, my parents are due to my father being a bit of an oddball health nut, as in preferring odd choices of health things. There is, they seem to like creamy peanut butter, the all-natural variety, but because it's all-natural, it doesn't necessarily go bad any faster, but that it will separate, and so you pretty much have to give it a big, deep stir with a spatula before you go and have a sandwich, or it's going to be peanut butter oil. Peanut butter oil, mostly. Okay. Let's do this. And we'll just plug it a little bit if I have like a regulator. I know this is a bit of a slippery slope and I was going to do it tomorrow, but I just don't want to fall in right now. There we go, close enough. Creamy peanut butter all the way? Yeah, because one of the things I do find where I was going with this is the all-natural peanut butter, even though the creamy one is creamy, I mean, that's what it's there for, the texture of the creamy peanut butter in the all-natural one, to me, seems, I don't want to explain the word, more to say grittier, I guess, than the commercial creamy peanut butters. Like the grind seems to be more coarse. And so you're going to get a bit of like a cross between creamy and what do they call it? Chunky peanut butter, I guess? Oh yeah, for sure. No, I can follow that. Oh, okay, so you're also not necessarily a peanut fan, in a way. That makes sense. Okay, I can follow that. I was just curious. The other thing I'd seen related to that concept is boutique peanut butters. Not peanut butter, sorry, boutique chocolates. With, that, it's common here to get chocolate, like a chocolate bar with, say, hazelnuts that are oddly whole. I don't know why they do that. There are other nuts and stuff that they'll break up. But for some reason, hazelnuts they like to make whole in these things. But yeah, anyway, I've seen that, and I'm kind of, other than say a Snickers bar where it's not really in the chocolate, it's kind of like in between the layers of chocolate, in with the, what do you call it, nougat, I guess. Those ones, I've kind of wondered why we don't have chocolate bars that have peanuts in them in this, like loose, not loose, but whole in the same sort of way. Kit Kat dipped in peanut butter. Is it a particular style of Kit Kat that you use for that, Mike? Because I'm kind of, like... We're going to end up with... Okay, so round in circles. One of the things that the Switch Witch license allows us is the opportunity to have a few candy bars that are, leftovers from the door, and others that are carte blanche, I guess, for the parents. Well, mostly. The resulting effect is actually what happens is that Fantastic Sherlock Fox frequently will also dole it out to the kids, which may have something to do with why their own personal stash doesn't go down as fast. But anyway, that's probably related. So I will have, hopefully, some Kit Kats available. Hopefully. We'll see. I keep talking every year about, I'm going to go to the shops and I'm going to pick up my absolute favorite candy types right after Halloween. And I never do. Even when Fantastic Sherlock Fox goes on my behalf. I just never think to. Part of it is because I know that I'm going to get enough access to hit my sweet tooth. And sometimes I can successfully get the kids to do an annual clean out of their bins of the stuff that's been there from other seasons that isn't necessarily sugar has surfaced, but is one where, they know they're just not going to eat it. So Mom can dig in. But I always want to ask first, right? Because I don't really believe in the parent tax concept. Kid stash always ended up being yours. 2 wrappers found not in the trash. Yeah, that's the thing. We every year, and we're already into that territory. We have a little Miss Sneaker, little Miss Squirrel, who, in spite of instructions to the contrary, still loves to have chocolates in her room. She's getting to an age where I'm less concerned about that. I mean, it's annoying because the instructions were otherwise. Ads, sorry. See, this is why I want to talk to Mike and Tom and at least get the verbal notice so that I know to stop talking. I mean, well, or pretend I'm going to stop talking, as if I ever will. The count is nice. I don't know if you guys get notices in chat of an ad coming. It was supposed to have been turned on, but I don't know if that only works for the mods or if it works for everybody. So if somebody could tell me at some point if you ever get the like an orange notice, not orange, like a big green notice at the top of your screen, or if it actually says something in chat, please do let me know because I'm trying to notify you guys more frequently. Okay, ad should be over. So we have a little Miss Sneaker, and it's kind of crazy because the kids are the kids, and like most people's kids, if you're gonna throw stuff out, which sometimes she doesn't, most of the time she throws things out in the most convenient near trash can. Most convenient near trash can, and not, so it's not like she's purposely toting empty wrappers that she's had in other parts of the house into her room, but we get empty wrappers of candy in the trash can. And I'm not usually nosy in the trash can, but she's also one who, the way she tosses things around the room, the trash can frequently will fall over. Not everything will fall out, but they, but I do have to, stand the can up once in a while. And I realize we're at the top of the hour. I'm just going to finish the thought and then we'll read out. So now, she's definitely squirrels candy into her room. as I said, I'm less concerned from a health standpoint because she's still, she's not seeming to choose candy over proper main meal food and all that jazz. Like, no worries there. Oh, this room. Yeah, I remember this. Anyway, but two pieces. One, it's the principle of the thing that gets to me, but the other part of it is that it's also, she's not great at not having sticky fingers, and I just don't want sticky finger marks of chocolate on other things, because Fox gets stuck with that. She'll get it on something that is difficult to get it off of, and then Fantastic Chocolate Fox gets stuck with the laundry or the wall wipes or whatever. I won't put too many details into it, but there's occasional times it's been gross. The stuff that she's got stuck on walls and things. Yeah. Most of the time it's not bad, but there's the occasional time it's been icky. And so I just would rather she didn't do that. She wants to sit in an armchair with a book or her tablet or something in our quote-unquote reading area, preferably not our white armchair, but generally, and have some of her chocolate snacks after school or evening. Go for it. Enjoy. Or even do it in your room. That's fine. But just don't leave a mess. Shouldn't say that's fine, but just don't leave a mess. And well, that's okay. Life is like that, As a parent, I need to learn. And if she's like me, in any of the ADHD mannerisms I've got, or I'm learning that are ADHD related, then I'm also going to learn that there's a lot of things I can say, and logically she can agree, and even her head can be telling her, yeah, this isn't smart, mom and dad are going to get mad, and she'll do it anyways, because it's convenient. So, I know I'm not going to win that battle. And also, she's at that teenage stage, not teenage, headed towards teenage stage, where, yeah, even when I'm in a motivational mood, or motivational for myself mood, I'm not allowed to clean her room. She freaks out, And so I think that's going to be a really interesting set of teenage years when she gets to a point where it actually makes sense to not be like that, but oh well. Okay, so we've got a good bit down. We're at 67 now. We only need to go to 64, and we've found some caving opportunities. And then we've got some fixes for the mansion to come, so there's a lot of that to go. I also need to start working out what I want to do afterwards to see whether or not I need to back off a bit on this front edge, or the south edge. So my thought is, depending on how the east side goes with landscaping and such, as a future project, we'll have another one of the Beatles arts. Not necessarily lined up square with the mansion, just because, well, one, we don't have the space with these little holes, and two, this might be a problem, but two is, it's big enough that it's going to be a very central piece, and that's kind of annoying. I mean, it is good, but I don't know if I want to make it any smaller than that, because it just doesn't quite lay out well. So, we'll have to see. In any case, that's some of the things coming up. So down here is going to be Jeremy Hillary Boob. Up here will probably be another art. This side, we'll see how much chopping I want to do and pull back, because it looks like there's a lot of uneven terrain in here. But if I chop out a lot of that, I'm a little worried about wanting to take out the entire forest. There's some to the south, so we're okay. But that might become the flying glove, and I can do that over the trees, which helps emphasize the flying part. At some point, there may be, I'm intending a statue of one of the actual Blue Meanies, and we may go through a series of their, what do you call it, their hench people. We'll see how the statuing goes, because if I stretch out too much on what's his name? Jeremy, because he's a little easier to do, then it may change the plans. But that's where we're headed. And then, of course, in the meantime, we're going to need other things, right? Like there'll be more smelting, there'll be some tree chopping, there'll be supplies gathering of sorts. So yeah, there's a million little like half-finished stuff, but what we're gonna have to read out for today, because we went long. I mean, I didn't go long because I'm technically not even at 2 hours yet, but I definitely screwed up the start time. So it's probably best. Let's take a quick look and see who's available. Geek Out has rolled 4 rock bands or groups that have a rapper. Great way to finish up. That have a rapper. Black Eyed Peas, maybe? So as always, if there's feedback for ideas, suggestions, content of any sort, or changes you'd like to see, or things you've seen elsewhere that you would like me to look into, please do, feel free to drop those in the usual places in Discord. The Discord itself, if I can remember to find the button. Maybe not. Wrong screen. I don't know. Where did the other one go? This one? I don't know where it is. That's okay. I had a button. We'll figure out where that happened at some point. All that to say, yeah, normally there's a Discord, and I moved buttons around on my pad, and now I can't find them. There we go. There's that. Or not. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And as far as people live right now, let's get this load. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Okay, so we have a gap before, if they're going live today, we have a gap before Minx Nevada of approximately 3 hours. So just heads up on that one, because I'm always pro Streamcraft people. Where are we now? Suggestions. If anybody has a suggestion, I don't think we need a Guide the Raid redeem, but just having its existence might remind people. Ooh. Okay. Jade has caught my attention, so we're going to go over to Maribel Jade, because she's building Minecraft Lego in Minecraft. What is that? Inception? I don't know. In any case, we're going to head over there, and yeah, please do say all the good things. I guess there's nothing else I can think of that's actually important to tell. So we'll just get that raid started, and then I'll say thank you to all the fine folks in chat. And those that came over from the Tom raid, I owe Tom a huge thank you. Because he's been so patient with my timings. And so I owe him for that, because he doesn't have to come over here.
Mischief managed.
Mischief managed indeed. Alrighty. There's a lot of your emotes floating around. If you are the emote type person, your 2 options are on the screen there. So once again, thank you to ITT Tom and his team for coming over. I really appreciate that. Always a treat, never required. Our clue spenders today included Jay and Distort Mania, and our mod today was Fantastic Sherlock Fox. We had great conversation from Bob, Jay, Tom, Distort Mania, Minx Nevada, Mike Burton, Lass, Gamer Red, and we're off to Maribel Jade. So, as I said, feel free to leave any notes in the right places. My next stream will be tomorrow, noon-ish Eastern, always an ish. And yeah, until then, have yourself a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.